Hello everyone, so episode 15 of Phantom Lawyer finally pulls back the curtain on one of the show's biggest mysteries, the truth behind Ki Joon's death. And while it delivers emotionally, it doesn't exactly surprise. The episode kicks off with a major turning point. After Irang intervenes, Ki Joong regains his memory, and what follows is easily one of the most touching part of the entire series. Instead of rushing into dramatic reunion, Ki-jun quietly observes his family from a distance. He watches his wife now working as a butcher and catches a glimpse of his daughter and even his granddaughter. There's a brief moment where it almost feels like his wife can sense him, and that subtle tension makes the scene hit even harder. It's sad, restrained, and beautifully done. At the heart of the episode, it's Irang's decision to bring back his father's memory. He doesn't do it for closure alone, he does it because he believes there's more to Ki-jung's story than the world has accepted. That instinct drives the narrative forward, especially when Irang confronts his granddaughter and demands the truth. At this time, the truth finally comes out. Kijun's story reveals a layered conspiracy. Initially, he takes on Yoon's case and dismisses the accusation, believing Yoon is innocent. But as far as complaints pile up from parents and colleagues, he is forced to dig deeper. Even after interviewing everyone involved, his conclusion doesn't change. Yoon isn't guilty. Instead, the real issue begins to surface when Yoon himself uncovers something far more dangerous, a corrupt prosecutor manipulating the situation behind the scenes. Yoon records a conversation exposing this connection and shares it with Ki Jun, and from that moment, their fates are sealed. Both of them end up dead, not because of the accusation, but because they get too close to the truth. That revelation leads directly to one of the episode's biggest confirmation. Byung To is not just involved, he's the central villain. He's the prosecutor Yoon was talking about, the one who wanted that recorder and the one responsible for eliminating both Yoon and Ki Jun. But even with all that, he continues to manipulate the situation, especially when it comes to his son, Do Young. Instead of admitting the truth, he lies, claiming ignorance, and Do Young frustratingly believes him and chooses to protect him. Na Yoon's role in this episode is smaller but still meaningful. She's warned to stay away from the case, which only raises the stakes further, and later she shares a surprisingly calm and productive interaction with Kijun. It's a quiet moment, but it adds depth to both characters. The episode builds towards a chaotic climax centered around the voice recorder, the one piece of evidence everyone is after. As different groups converge to get their hands on it, things quickly spiral into full blown fight, and this is where the show leans back into its action roots. Kijun takes control of Erang's body and single-handedly takes down the gangsters, delivering a satisfying, if slightly over-the-top payoff. But despite all the strong moments, the episode isn't without flaws. The episode beats land well, especially between Erang and his father, giving Erang a chance to confront his past and begin healing. However, the overall plot doesn't offer many surprises. Most of the twist feels predictable and pacing drags in places where it could have been tighter. In the end, episode 15 is a solid, emotionally driven chapter that answers important questions while setting up the final stretch. It may not shock you, but it still delivers enough heart and tension to keep you invested. If you want, thank you for watching.